Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unravel a business story that, on the surface, just makes absolutely no sense. It's a real head-scratcher, a classic market mystery, and we're going to figure it out together.
So, here's the first piece of the puzzle. You've got the stock of the Indian Energy Exchange, or IEX, and on one particular Monday, it jumps up by more than 4%. That's a fantastic day for any stock, right?
But get this, on that exact same day, the country's main power regulator, CERC, comes out with this legal filing. And I mean, just read this quote. They're calling IEX a monopoly that's abusing the legal system. Wow, that is some incredibly strong language you just don't see from a regulator very often.
And that's the big question for this explainer. Why on earth would investors be rushing to buy shares in a company that's under such a direct and aggressive attack from its own regulator? What is really going on here?
Okay, to get to the bottom of this, we first need to understand the two main characters in this high-stakes corporate drama. On one side, you have the Indian Energy Exchange, IEX. Think of it like the stock market, but for electricity. It's the place to be, the overwhelmingly dominant marketplace for trading power in India. And on the other side, you've got CERC, the powerful government regulator, basically the referee who sets all the rules for the entire game.
So what are these two giants fighting about? Well, it all boils down to a single proposed reform. It has a simple name, but trust me, its implications are huge. Market coupling.
So, what is market coupling? Well, in a nutshell, CERC wants to create one single, unified system where the price for electricity is set for everybody. It would basically force all the different power exchanges to play in the same sandbox to find the single best price, not just on IEX's platform.
Now you might be thinking, hey, a unified platform, that sounds pretty good. And yeah, for consumers, it probably is. But if you're IEX and you control the vast majority of the market, this kind of change isn't just a tweak, it's a direct threat to your entire business model.
This analogy here just explains it perfectly. Right now, IEX is the main website everyone goes to by default. Market coupling would be like creating a universal flight search engine. Think Google Flights or Kayak. Suddenly, that engine finds the absolute rock-bottom price across every single airline, not just the big one. You see the problem for IEX? They go from being the destination to just another option on the list. Their power gets totally diluted.
So as you can probably guess, IEX is not just sitting back and letting this happen. Nope, they are fighting this with everything they've got. And now the battle has officially moved into the courtroom. And their legal strategy is, well, it's pretty clever. CERC is saying, hey, we just issued a direction. It's basically us just starting a conversation. You can't sue us over a conversation. But IEX is turning around and saying, oh no, we think this is a final decision and we're challenging it in a higher court. It's a very strategic legal maneuver.
And CERC's position on this is crystal clear. They basically told the court, look, IEX isn't arguing on some high legal principle. They are simply using the court system to delay and stall a reform that would help the entire market just because it would hurt their bottom line.
So, with all this context, a bitter regulatory fight, legal showdown, let's circle all the way back to our original mystery. Why in the world did the market send the stock price up? And the answer, believe it or not, is remarkably simple. Investors are betting on bureaucracy. They believe this entire battle is going to be a long, slow, drawn-out process that gets tied up in legal knots for years.
Let's walk through their logic. Investors know that the very first step for the court isn't even about the main issue. It's just to decide if they should hear the case at all. That alone could take ages. So what does that mean? It means there's no immediate threat to IEX's core business. Its highly profitable, dominant position is safe for now. They can just keep on printing money in the meantime.
And this explains the whole paradox perfectly. If there's one thing the market absolutely hates, it's uncertainty. By taking this fight to the courts, IEX essentially kicked the can of uncertainty way, way down the road. For investors, that long delay created more short-term confidence than the regulator's long-term threat created fear. It's fascinating, right? The market actually rewarded the company for stalling.
So, what's the big takeaway here? The entire future of this major reform in India's massive power market no longer rests on a policy debate. It all hinges on a single, crucial legal question.
And that is the multi-billion-dollar question we're left with today. Will the tribunal even agree to hear IEX's appeal? The answer will determine whether this reform gets bogged down in the courts for years to come, or whether the landscape of India's power industry is about to change very, very quickly.